Love by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. All thoughts, all patience, all delights, whatever stirs this most mortal frame, all are but ministers of love, and feed his sacred flame. Oft in my waking dreams do I live hour again that happy hour, when midway on the moon I lay, beside the ruined tower. The moonshine, stealing over the skin, had blended with the lights of Eve, and she was there, my hope, my joy, my own dear Genevieve. She leaned against the armed man, the statue of the armed knight. She stood and listened to my lay amid the lingering light. Few sorrows had she of her own, my hope, my joy, my Genevieve. She loves me best when her eyes singing the songs that make her grieve. I play a soft and doleful air. I sang an old moving story, an old rude song that sweet well, the ruin will and hoary. She listened with a flighting blues, with downcast eyes and modest grace. For well she knew I could not choose but gaze upon her face. I told her of the night that wore upon his shield a burning brand, and that 14 long years he wooed the lady of the land. I told her how he fight, and the deep, the loud, the pleading tone with which I sang another's love, interpreted my own. She listened with a flighting blues, with downcast eyes and modest grace, and she forgave me that I gazed too fondly on her face. But when I told the cruel scorn that crazed that bold and lovely night, and that he crossed the mountain which nor rested day or night, that sometimes from the savage den, and sometimes from the darksome shade, and sometimes starting up at once in green and sunny glade, there came and looked him in the face, an angel beautiful and bright, and that he knew it was a fiend, this miserable night, and that knowing what he did, he leaped amid murderous band, and saved it from outrage worse than death, the lady of the land. And how she wept, and clasped his knees, and how she tainted him in faith, and ever strove to expiate the scorn that raised his brain, and that she nursed him in a cave, and how his madness went away, when on the yellow forest lips a dying man he lay. His dying words, but when I recite that tender strain of all the deity, my faltering voice and pausing heart disturb her soul with pity. All impulse of soul and sense had tried my jealousless Genevieve, the music and the doleful tale, the ruits and the balmy eve, and hopes and fears that kindle hope, and undistinguishable throng, and gentle wishes long subdued and carries that along. She wept with pity and delight. She blushed with love and virginship. And like the murmur of a dream, I heard her breathe my name. Her bosom heaved, she stepped aside. As conscious of my look, she stepped. Then suddenly, with timorous eyes, she fled to me and wept. She half enclosed me with her arms. She pressed me with a meek embrace, and bending back her head, looked up and gazed open of my face. 'Twas partly love, and partly fear, and partly 'twas a bashful art, that I might rather feel than see the swelling of her heart. I calmed her fears, and she was calm, and told her love with virgin pride. And so I won my Genevieve, my bride and my beauteous bride.